Welcome back. Today we're talking about the huge time killers in sales and how to overcome them. In this video, we're going to be talking about the time killer of creating customer material like proposals. We can spend an inordinate amount of time building out a great proposal for our customer. And I'm going to show you an AI prompt that will allow AI to build this out for you, giving you back a ton of time. So let's talk a little bit more about what goes into a proposal. For a proposal, why it really matters is you want to demonstrate that you understand your client's business challenge. You want to be able to attach your solution to the pain that your client is having. And in the proposal, you're able to do that. The proposal also will differentiate you from your competitors. And within that document, you're going to be able to provide a roadmap for the implementation or the solution that you're providing. And then it's a key tool that they'll use to make the decision. So you want this to be incredibly professional, incredibly relevant, and personal to what you've learned. I would say what I've learned over my years in sales is that the components of a proposal, you want to include the executive summary, you want to recap the problem statement, you want to provide things like the proposed solution, the methodology, you'll want to provide things like the return on investment, and then you want to talk about your qualifications for providing this. The pricing and the payment, the terms and things you'll want to include as well, but you also want to include proof points like case studies and testimonials, and then any other next steps. I would recommend as a best practice that this really needs to be very specific to the client. You want to focus on the value that you provide and not touch on the actual features of the product. Because at the end of the day, your customer really is looking to solve a pain, and you are there to solve that pain. So you want to make sure that you show them how your solution, the value that your solution provides, and how you will resolve the pain that they're having. You want it to be clear and concise. And if there are visuals that you can include to enhance the understanding of that person that's going to be reading it, you will want to do that as well. Okay. So with all these things, the components and the best practices, here's how I recommend that you create a prompt that's going to get you the best output for what you need. Let me read through this. Here's the prompt. The context is, I've recently had a series of meetings with X company in X industry. They're interested in our whatever product that is. And again, I recommend that if you have the context already written about your products, you can just go grab that context and attach it into when you submit this prompt. So you can just say product and industry context is attached. You could put more information in there about the decision makers. You could talk about the stage of the sales cycle, where they're in. You want to give it a role. So in this case, we're saying you are an expert sales proposal writer with deep knowledge of our industry, products, and competitive landscape. You excel at crafting compelling, client-centric proposals that clearly articulate value and address specific client needs. Now for the output, you can tell it exactly what you want in the output. Things like I mentioned just a second ago with the executive summary, the problem statement, proposed solution. But you can also submit a previous proposal, especially if there's a standardized format that your company uses, and AI will mimic that previous format. So think about that. Think about including a previous proposal that you love and that's worked well and has closed deals for you. But you want to give it the task. So based on the information provided, craft a proposal outline that clearly articulates the client's challenges, presents our solution in a way that addresses these challenges, highlights our unique value proposition, includes relevant case studies, and so on. You get the picture here. Now, I would also include a few other things here. I would include additional client key main points. So if you have previous transcriptions of meetings, previous summaries, or other information about the client, I would also attach it in so that the AI has the ability to read through that. I would also specifically request, if there is a visual that will be helpful, that AI tell you or suggest it to you, because then you can go either create that on your own, or maybe AI tries to create it. I don't know if it'll work, but you could always try it. And then you can also have AI suggest potential objections that the client might have so that you can address them in the proposal. As you can see, this is a very, very thorough prompt that if you use with your AI assistant and you give it all the context about your product and the customer, and if you feed in a previous proposal, it's gonna do a really good job at creating a proposal for you, and it's gonna do it within minutes of time, saving you potentially hours, especially if you're producing lots of proposals per week. Give that a try. Let me know how it works, and if it works well for you, or if you have any other suggestions at how this could be improved. Good luck and good selling.